about those Chiefs?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insights? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
It's no Nick today. It is me, guys. So we're going to start off with the sponsors of the day. We got Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. You can reach that man at 816-729-3785. If you need a house, need a Airbnb, you need anything that you need to be done with your home or try to sell a home, give my guy a call at 816-729-3785. And he is the proud sponsor of Hulu.
Chief Who, of course.
Chiefs Who. Now, guys, you probably say, where's Coach Dre? Where's Nick?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's saying that. No, today it's two guys in a bar, gang. We're here. I don't know if their wives called. They had a little too much to drink earlier, but they had to go. So we're gonna hold down the fort here. Me and Hense belly up to the bar, and hopefully, going into the holiday weekend here, we can give you a few laughs and maybe tell you some stories.
Okay. So how you guys? You said nobody. What do you say there? You go ahead and see the chat.
Nobody's saying that. my feeling exactly, Kareem. I don't know. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe this will be this will be like the private section, the VIP section of the bar, right? Me and Hense.
Yeah, the VIP section where we don't know where Nick is, but the source said stay somewhere in a taxi cab. Somewhere had too many drinks, but we don't know. They get an early Memorial Day weekend, but we actually do know where they at. But
they had to go.
They had to go. But as we get to the topic of today, it's going to be a lot of more speed that's added to this Chiefs wide receiver core. What you think about that, Lou? What you think about it?
Well, I mean, it was a big piece of the offense that was missing last year. I mean, we've been talking about it. I think everybody's been talking about it, since last season was, what are the Chiefs going to do at wide receiver? How are they going to get big plays? And somehow they figured it out and they still won the damn Super Bowl without having the big play in their offense. So first order of business for Brett Veach was this offseason. How are we going to address this? What are we going to do? So lo and behold, first round pick, Xavier Worthy. As far as the draft goes, and actually step one was bring in Hollywood Brown, another speedster. So now from going from a very pedestrian wide receiver group, and again, no disrespect to those guys, but you bring in all this speed. We showed a graphic, I believe it was last show, where now all of a sudden the top three receivers for the Chiefs are among, if not the fastest group. So again, that the threat of the deep ball being there is going to be huge. Hitting a lot more deep ball shots is going to be even bigger. But again, that threat of having those guys on the outside that can get over the top. And if they can't get over the top, right, because teams are playing so far back, now all of a sudden, again, Kelsey, you want to say Jared Wiley, Noah Gray, Rashee Rice, they're gonna eat up the intermediate routes. So this is great on all levels. You want to see that back in there. You want to see that you want to give Patrick Mahomes the ability to throw deep shots, and on several occasions every game, rather than again dink and dunk the ball down the field. Although that worked pretty good, I was okay with that last year.
They got into the Super Bowl, but
they won it.
Yeah, they won it though. But as a Chiefs fan, that was getting a little irritating, seeing a lot of drop balls. Now you got Hollywood Brown that since he been here, all off season, all you seen is workout videos. He's here, he's there. The man ain't took no break on his social media. He also shouted out to Chiefs Blitz, and he also, gave us love on social media also. But the guy is coming out to showing these guys, hey, I'm not gonna be envious. I'm not gonna care about what you say about if you don't get my name correct. I want to get the guys up under my wing and get these guys going. He even took Rasheed Rice up under his wing, got him down there practice with him. And now Worthy, when a lot of people say his hamstring while he was in practice, but if you put two together, he didn't get his contract yet. So that could be, the odds why he wasn't practicing. So but as we look at these two guys, it's going to be the fastest. Some people saying this is going to be a better offense than Tyreek Hill and Tyreek Hill days. So media people are already going on the limb saying that. Hollywood Brown. If you look at Hollywood Brown, when he came in his workout videos, he looked big. He looked like he gained a couple pounds and muscle. He looked bigger than he was when he was with the Cardinals or, with the Baltimore Ravens. But hey, is we gonna get the old college days Hollywood Brown wearing the number 5 coming to Kansas City? The old Patrick Mahomes jersey, that was number 5 for him when he was at Texas Tech. And you got Xavier Worthy coming over here and Rasheed Rice. And they all young. Now, if Hollywood Brown come out this year, he put up amazing numbers, he plays great, you got to keep him on the contract, right?
It depends on the price tag. I really believe that. It looks like Veach is kind of set on draft and develop, but then sprinkle in a free agent here and there. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now Hollywood, which you got to commend him for everything that he's doing. I mean, he is kind of dispelling all the, if you want to call it rumor or the storyline behind him, is where maybe he wasn't the most professional or he wasn't the most dedicated guy living on his talent versus, hard work. When we know a lot of that is BS, but everything that he's done is showing you that he is and wants to be and is going to do the things it takes to be that guy. He wants the next big contract. So whether it's here in Kansas City or somewhere else, he wants to get paid, of course. So if he does, I don't think they're going to break the bank to keep him. I think, we mentioned it on the show shortly after Veach spoke at his post draft conference, where he specifically, and I don't know if he was being like very specific about it or intentional, but he said it kind of like, this is a 1-year thing for Hollywood kind of. So again, it was, we're parsing words, but the bottom line is he really made it sound like this is a short-term thing. So right. If it's less than $20 million a year, which if he has a big year, he's going to command a lot more than that on the open market. So I'd be hard pressed to see him come back. So I think that was also part of the idea of drafting Xavier Worthy, was to kind of be that guy in waiting. Not that he's, not going to get his touches and get his opportunities this year, but kind of fill in that gap if, in fact, Hollywood moves along. But the thing is, everything that he's done, and I'll beat this to death, since signing is the exact thing you want to see and you'd like to see, because somebody's got to take charge in that room. I mean, he's the veteran of the group. Everybody's pretty young and really hasn't proven themselves in the NFL yet. So he's kind of that guy. And hopefully Rasheed comes back too. So we'll see how that goes. But this receiving group can be, as a room, potentially more dangerous than the Tyreek group. I always want to be careful about shorting Tyreek Hill and what he meant to this team and how good he really is and was. So don't want to put these guys in that class yet, but as an entire group, the collective, I think, is going to be deeper than that group. Yes.
Yeah. But as you looking at into the group in the wide receiver room, as you look at it now, you're gonna have a Xavier where, as it stands right now, who's going to make the room, right? You got a Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice, Hollywood Brown, Justin Ross, Cordell Powell, who they drafted a while ago, and just keep making this the practice squad somehow. Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Washington, the list goes on. If you're looking at this list, when it's all said and done, the Chiefs going to keep about 6 wide receivers, maybe. And there's going to be a lot of veterans get cut off of other teams. As you stand right now, looking at this list right now, who's your odd man? Who's not making this wide receiver room?
Right. Again, if they go with 6, I mean, the top 3 are pretty much locked. The only thing that's unsure about that group is, is Rasheed going to be there at the beginning of the season? That's the unknown. But let's assume that he is. Okay. So there you got 3 guys. More than likely, and again, this may not be the vast opinion of everybody out in Chiefs Kingdom, but more than likely, Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore are also going to make the team. So really now you only have room at this point for maybe 1, potentially 2 receivers. And that 7th guy is going to be primarily special teams guy, kick returner, has to fill in a lot of different positions because you don't want to take up that much space in the receiver room. So now so now you've got 2 spaces potentially. Justin Watson, I would say, I mean, he's been a professional. He doesn't produce a ton, but he's a great guy to have around because he does make big plays. So right. I would say he would be number 6. And again, I don't know enough about him. If he builds on what he did in last training camp to this training camp, Nico Remigio is a very interesting cat here because he can fill all those different positions, be a kick returner, be on all 4 phases of the special teams. And obviously Watson can do that as well. So I think that's what gives those guys the leg up. The unfortunate thing is Justin Ross is probably one of the most talented in that group. We just haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen the production or really him either. I don't know if it's a grasping of the playbook or they just don't trust him enough to give him snaps. You got to earn them. And especially it's going to be very hotly contested because there's only a few open positions in this group. Seriously, again, the Toney Moore thing is going to be the most interesting thing, I believe, in camp because there's one school of thought that says they're definitely getting another chance, their last chance with this team. The other is, hey, they haven't done it yet. What makes us think they're going to do it? So why not give some other guys a chance? But I think they make it.
Okay. As I look at this list, I think I kind of agree with you because Justin, I think out of everybody else, I feel like Justin Watson's going to make the list because he's been legitimate a person there for Patrick Mahomes when he needed like a safety blanket, and also he's good at special teams as as a cover guy, a gunner, and everything is that. But everybody else, Justin Ross, Cordell Powell, I even say Kadarius Toney at this point, Scott Moore, all these other guys. Because it's going to be some guys that's going to get cut off these other teams, all the 31 other teams roster. There's going to be other guys out there that's going to really subtract some interest, and this wide receiver room probably look way totally different. You know what I mean? Like a Burks from Tennessee. You don't know what they're going to do with him.
Well, he's a first round pick, and it's just his second year. He's not going anywhere. I mean, if he might be like a trade candidate, but I still don't think that would be I get it.
What if they saying Scott Moore?
It's a different GM, but still, you don't walk away from a first round guy unless he's just a complete cancer in the locker room and he's just being a total jerk and not working and whatever. I don't think I've heard anything that says that. He just hasn't really lived up to being that first round pick. Right after trading AJ Brown, it was like immediately that got hung on him. Like, okay, he's taken the place of AJ Brown. Well, you got to give the kid a chance. So let's see what happens. But we're going afield here, but it would be difficult for me to see them move off of the guy.
Before we go on, is your laptop plugged in?
I'm sorry, what?
Is your laptop plugged in? Because on my end, it's not. It's saying that you're probably about to lose power. I don't know.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you, but I'm saying, is it plugged in?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just reading it wrong. But can we go ahead and get in some of these chats right? I mean, these comments right quick.
All right. Per normal, Kareem's out there. Watson makes it. He's wide receiver 1 before Rice took fire. Okay. Well, in that group, being wide receiver 1 didn't really say a whole lot. And again, I love Justin Watson as a guy, as a teammate, as everything else. He just isn't, the type of guy that is going to be a number 1, number 2, or number 3 receiver, potentially a number 3 receiver on a really, really good team, or a team that has legitimate wide receivers. He's always going to be kind of part of the group, special teams and everything else that goes with it. So, but we appreciate the comment. Ken St. Clair can't see Hardman coming back with what is
hold on. I'll put it on the screen for you. Where are you at?
St. Clair can't see Hardman coming back with that list. Yeah, I think we talked about McCole, and again, it's kind of like he's the odd man out. There really isn't a place for him. Throwing him in there isn't, unless like 3 or 4 of these guys get injured or, just completely crap the bed and they're like, we got to get somebody in here that knows what the hell they're doing. Then I could see that. But like I said, I think I used the term, like emergency, break glass in case of emergency only. I don't know that bringing him in is going to make a big difference in this group at this point. Who else? We had some earlier.
Chiefs Blitz. I put it on there for you. Read what they said there.
Yeah, Mango. Yeah, they are free agents next year. Absolutely. So is Sky. This is the last year of his rookie deal. So they're on notice. They know exactly what's happening here. What they need to accomplish. That, and like I said earlier, this is like the biggest, I guess, question mark, if you would, coming into a training camp for a Super Bowl winning team, is you typically don't see this many huge questions, but these 2 guys, I mean, this is it, make or break, keep or cut. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say right now what you do unless you've decided that what you've seen is enough that cut. I mean, you've seen enough to cut them. You certainly haven't seen enough to keep them because of the lack of production and just kind of the counter production, if you would, because of the drops and everything else that's happened. So, it'd be interesting to kind of watch that through the summer. Another one looks like Mango, Chris Godwin might be a post June 1 cut. He might be the one guy you would kind of look at for sure because of what he's been able to do in Tampa. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's had injury issues, but other than that, he's a great player at Penn State, great player in the NFL. That would be interesting. They would certainly take a look at him, I believe.
And I'll be on board with that one too. If Chris Godwin gets cut, it's going to be a lot of post June 1 cuts. It's going to be a lot of guys that's going to be out there.
I think a lot of them have already been cut, and when they do it, they make the move. They tag it as a post June, and typically that's done for salary cap purposes. So I don't know if there's something going on with his deal that they weren't able to do that, or what that chatter is. But if it does happen, if he came available, he'd have a ton of interest. Wouldn't just be the Chiefs. Okay, new name that I guess I haven't. I don't know if I remember this one. Have you heard this one before? Hence, Paul Lawrence.
No.
After the top three, I don't care who they keep. I'd like to see 2 wide receivers make their roster that can punt return and kick return. Well, we do appreciate you jumping on, Paul. Welcome to the Blitz. Welcome to the bar. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Well, yeah, I guess part of that, I see where you're coming from, but those 4 and 5 and even 6 positions are going to be huge, whether it be injury. We've got a potential suspension with one of the top 3. So those other guys are going to be very important. And they certainly have plenty of guys that have the ability to punt return and kick return within that group. And also some of the, I shouldn't say some, but some of the running backs are in the running back situation because we're listing, I believe, Zamet as a running back. So,
Right.
I mean, he's potentially a kick returner. So, but thanks for the comment there, Paul. Thanks for joining in.
Hello, Auntie.
Hey, there she is. Family's in the house. Hi, nephew. Love
Lord,
you.
love you.
I love you too, Auntie Pamela. But thanks for telling Todd that you love him.
Mango says, speaking of a lot of the Patriots fans, and they had seen to think Juju is a goner. Do you think
well,
Juju? I don't think they bring back Juju. If they do, I know I'll be cool if they bring back Juju because I do like Juju, and we understand that Mango is a big Juju fan. So we know why this is going on.
I'm not sure why. Maybe the TikTok dancing and all that might be appealing. He is a youngster. He's very young man there in London. But yeah, it'd be hard to see them bring him back just because they let him go. I mean, he didn't. He got a decent deal with the Patriots, and it would also be difficult for me to see them kind of let him go. It's not like they have a ton of juice in that wide receiver room. They did draft someone high and, brought back some of the other players, but yeah, I don't know where they're hearing that or why they think that. Maybe it's just that it's Juju and they figured, well, it's time for him to go. But yeah, should be something to monitor. But at this point, I really wouldn't put too much into it.
Also, there's a statement out there that said, I don't know where he was going at with this because we are going to win the Super Bowl, sir. We're not going to say if they don't. He said, let's say we don't win the Super Bowl this season, but Pat and Hollywood form an outstanding connection. Maybe he takes a huge deal, but not a big payday to chase a ring.
Only so many opportunities to cash in on a big contract, and Hollywood's at an age, not to say that he's old by any stretch, but at 25 years old, 26 years old, next season, could be the last chance that he has at a big payday. The other piece of that is bringing Travis back for second year. I think we talked about this earlier as well, not today, but on previous shows, that the one offensive weapon outside of quarterback that they're paying right now is Travis. And until that money comes off the books, I don't think they're going to go top dollar for a wide receiver until that happens.
Right. Because there's going to be a lot of guys that's going to be hot off the market of next season. A lot of guys that's going to be coming and
yeah, we'll see. A lot of big names set to become free agents. So there might be some extensions that happen between now and then. But yeah, we showed that list and there was plenty of them out there.
Okay. Then we have whatever's happened in the kingdom, guys. We have Kyler Murray and Justin Reid. It was a chess tournament that was going on. And a lot of people there, if you ain't watched chess. My kids was in the chess tournament. And it's a long process watching them play those games. But again, Justin Reid, out of all these people, who else was in it? I can't see the list. I think Drew Tranquil.
Drew normally plays in this tournament. those of you going back to Chief Who, I think that was a pretty prominent piece in that. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that these guys get involved in things outside of football. And it looks like Drew lost in the quarterfinals to who was it, Quentin Nelson. And then Kyler disposed of him. But yeah, for all the pushback that Kyler gets on playing video games, here he is playing chess, thinking man's game. He's a quarterback, and it's just interesting to see that a safety and a quarterback end up in the finals. I mean, you'd think there'd be a lot more quarterbacks doing this, but I believe most quarterbacks are out playing golf, more of an outdoor experience. But it's great to see, Justin kind of flex his muscles, Stanford guy, scholarly gentleman there that will rip your freaking head off if you come in his lane. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool to see him out there, to see to get that done. That lets you know that, the Cardinals just lose at everything, and even though Dre is not on it,
he got to the finals, and there's more than just meat-headed slogs out there playing football. These guys have to be very smart to play in the NFL, and hopefully this helps dispel that myth that these guys don't think.
Michael Vick was on that list, Quentin Nelson, Justin Reid. So it's a lot of guys that play chess. I played, my kids played it. They was in chess tournaments. They got a lot of trophies out there. They was pretty good at it. And it's a fun sport to play. You gotta be creatively thinking there. You gotta have your thinking mind on, your thinking cap on if you're gonna play chess. But again, as we get back into the next topics of the show, let's get right back into our sponsor with Mr. Eric Hense. You can reach Mr. Eric Hense at 816-729-3785. We're real estate advisor with SunWest. If you need a home, you need a place to stay. Are you tired of your landlord taking your money, and you saved all your money, you want to buy your house, or you want to invest into, everybody's doing nowadays, Airbnbs. Give your man a call at 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Yes, he is.
What a handsome young man too. I mean, Nick keeps telling us how great friends they are. He seems a little younger than Nick. I don't know. Do you think he is?
Yeah, I think he's younger.
That could be Nick's son. Okay, come on now.
So we're gonna get into the dreaded topic that let me see what. I'm not sorry about that. We're gonna get into what Andy Reid had to say about Hollywood Brown. Now, a lot of people are saying that Hollywood Brown is not gonna be a big factor to the Chiefs, but hey, they looking at this guy as a number one, and some people in the chat are saying this guy is going to be a number one coming out. As you look into his stats and everything, all the other quarterbacks he had with him, it wasn't Kyler Murray wasn't the guy that can really get it going, and what's his name was filling himself out for Baltimore. So Andy Reid had to say this. What he had to say, Lou? Go ahead and read that for me.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do an impression of Big Red. I'll leave that for him. But Hollywood does a nice job out there as a receiver. Looks like he and Pat are developing nice chemistry there. So again, I mean, he's not going to say a whole lot in these press conferences. It's always going to be something very, very positive. Not going to get too hyped or anything like that. But as far as as fans from the outside looking in, we know that this team is starving for, again, wide receiver production. And we saw it, building. And at the end of the year, Rasheed had really kind of stepped into that role basically because there was a void. There really wasn't anyone else outside of Travis. So even though Hollywood's not, making top dollar, to, in his 1-year deal, he is going to be looked upon to really lead this group, especially again with the Rasheed suspension. So, yeah, like I said, everything's been positive since he signed. Every move that he's made, potentially the biggest move he made was when he loved and retweeted one of our tweets. So of course, we're all about that. And Hollywood, yeah, I mean, he's walked into a nearly perfect situation, best quarterback, best team, and now all of a sudden he may be thrust into the number one position, given Rasheed's status. Patrick's going to let it fly, is what he's saying, right?
Give him a chance downfield, and he's making plays happen. That's more plays he makes, then more will continue to give him chances. It's a good addition for our offense. Patrick Mahomes,
nice to see Pat airing it out in OTAs. We'll see once the defense gets the helmets and pads on and how that goes. But yeah, I mean, he was successful. I mean, you talked about it, Hense. Whether it was a very young Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and then the inconsistency with his injuries and everything else, that different quarterbacks, he still was able to produce. Now, maybe not at the level of the elite receivers, but I don't think you can hang, one, you're not going to hang that on the receiver, and two, you're not going to hang that on the quarterback either. So I think he is a player that has, I don't want to say limitless, but a lot of potential to be a top end receiver. Right. And I'll leave it at that. Whether it's, deep balls, which of course that's a big part of it, big chunks, that's how you get most of your stats. But I think just his ability to work with the young guys and then also get some of those intermediate routes going too. And then, the rest will take care of itself. But yeah, I mean, he's poised to have a huge year.
And speaking of a huge year, let's look into the top 10 most completed rosters in the NFL. Now, they have the Raiders, not the Raiders, but the 49ers at number 1, Ravens at number 2, Chiefs at number 3, Lions at number 4, Eagles at number 5, Bengals at number 6, Texans at number 7, Packers at number 8, Browns at number 9, and Jets number 10. Now, as you're looking at these rosters now, we really can't say who's complete and who what, because everything is still going to be switched around before September, where everything kicks off. Or, because you got these training camp injuries that happen, preseason injuries that happen. So what you got to say about the list so far?
As it stands, I mean, I can't disagree with it. Maybe, I don't know, I could see maybe the Chiefs, right behind the Niners instead of the Ravens. A lot of the Chiefs players, I guess it's the youth and just the overall fact that most media doesn't consider them because they're still, even though they're Super Bowl champions 2 years in a row, that they're unaware of how good the young players on the Chiefs really are. I guess the perception out there is that the team is basically Patrick, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, and the rest is Andy Reid's magic and how they get everything done. But I still believe San Francisco from top to bottom probably does have the best roster. The difference is, best quarterback in the league versus a guy that's going to, going into his third year. Now he's been really, really good, but if you look at, some of the other positions, the O-line, D-line, more complete on those sides. Chiefs probably have a big advantage in the defensive backfield, but again, the perception is that nobody knows these guys, so we're not going to put them up there. Hopefully, Trent McDuffie is starting to get some of that recognition, but I think Justin Reid gets disrespected. I think right. Some of the other young guys that have played well, Shamari Connor. I mean, people are starting to learn these guys' names more and more, and I think this year with LJ being gone, one or two of these other cornerbacks is going to have a huge year, and you're going to know their names too. But yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, it's whatever. At this point, they win games, and that's all that matters. In terms of people that are looking at it, saying, "Well, how can the Super Bowl champs be 3?" Well, again, it's a roster, and kind of the guys that how they perform, how they're viewed around the league. Again, things that don't matter that much when it comes to these things, other than these lists. But yeah, I believe the 49ers have the best roster. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I would put the Chiefs at number 1. When you're the champs, you always gotta go number 1. And plus, their defense didn't stand a chance when it's all said and done to stop them from scoring to win the game-winning touchdown in overtime. And the Chiefs went down and they did that. Now, I will put the 49ers at number 2, and I will put the Lions ahead of the Ravens. Then I put the Ravens at number 4. Then I will put the Packers at number 5 over the Eagles, and I will move the Texans over the Bengals. That's my owl list. That's the list I have over, because as you looking at I don't know why the Jets is on this list. Now you can say complete roster. Aaron Rodgers his name is carrying a lot of weight right now, and then his play. So I won't have the Jets on the list right now. And the Browns, yeah, but you don't know what you're gonna get to Deshaun Watson. So it's another team that could have been up there. Maybe the Cowboys. I'll probably put the Cowboys over the Browns. Now the Packers is gonna be the interesting team this year. I feel like they might have the most complete roster over Baltimore, the Lions, Eagles, the Bengals, and the Texans out of everybody else when it's all said and done. Because if they got the young wide receivers, they got an up-and-coming defense, they got an up-and-coming quarterback. So if you're looking at it, I think the Packers probably be this when it's all said and done, right there with the Chiefs, or third up there in the top of the top 5 range.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the key there is that it's an up and coming roster, and again, it goes to what I spoke about the Chiefs earlier and how some of the younger guys are perceived, around the league. And obviously, that's a very subjective list. Eric Edholm, a very respected guy, and has been writing, for in any number of locations about the NFL for many years. So I do respect his opinion. But yeah, I mean, the Packers, one of the youngest teams. I mean, much like the Chiefs. I mean, the difference there is the age of the quarterback and what the accolades are. Jordan Love has shown that in the second half of last year and into the playoffs, he's a bad dude. Let's see if he can do it again. Same thing, with number 7 there with the Texans, young quarterback, CJ Stroud did it his rookie year. Can he repeat that? And they probably both will, but we haven't seen it yet. So, and again, if you go top to bottom with these rosters, again, what you saw, with the Packers is really good. Let's see, if the young guys continue to develop. But some of these teams have established veterans and Pro Bowl players in each of these units. So they're certainly going to get pushed up. Like a team like the Eagles, I mean, you could make an argument that they would be close to number 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. The Eagles,
yeah.
The Eagles are, if you look at their team, the Eagles, you don't know what you're going to get with them because last year they just completely went off the face of the earth.
Right. I mean, but again, we're talking specifically what the roster makeup is.
Yeah.
And again, in each position group, they've got like 1 or 2 stars. O-line, D-line. Defensive backfield, we'll see. They made some adjustments in the young defensive backs. We'll see if Jalen Hurts takes another step forward. But certainly the receiving group is up there with anybody. So again, you have to respect the fact, especially teams that are the best in the trenches. That's the teams that you typically see up high on these lists.
Yeah, like they said in chat, I don't know why Jets would be on anybody's list at this point. And
outside of the fact that they have a terrible win-loss record, but no, I mean, again, you look at those groups. It depends. How do you feel about the additions that they made on the offensive line? Yeah, they added some depth, but certainly age. Tyron Smith, There, the defensive line, they've been drafting, high for the last, seems like 10 years, and they've done a really good job in the draft outside of the Zach Wilson pick. So again, it doesn't mean anything. I get it. They haven't won, but you look at the makeup of the roster, they've got the players there. So they have the ability, if Rodgers stays healthy, if he plays well, they're one of the best running teams in the league, one of the best, playing the pass,
and
pass rushing. We'll see. O-line and Aaron Rodgers. That's the key for them.
As you look at the Texans also, like Patrick Mahomes said, he said the quarterbacks he watched play all the time is Josh Allen. He said C.J. Stroud. He said who else? He said Joe Burrow. We watch these guys play all the time, and you feel like they very competition or whatever. But the Texans roster is looking more legit. They got the right tackle. Left tackle sold up, and they got Diggs coming in. They got an up and coming tight end. They got a good defense. They got a quarterback. We can see these Texans going to be, when they first came into the league with Andre Johnson, and then if they're going to be a good team, to even get. That's why I said I'll pick the Texans over the Bengals. I'll probably over the Eagles at this point. To have the best, roster at number 5 or number, over 6 or whatever. But this is up and coming younger team, just like the Packers. But again, if you ain't beat the champs, if the champs are still at the top, I feel like they always should be the number 1 roster. Even though if they went through a gauntlet, right? They went through Buffalo, right? They went through Miami. They went through the Ravens. Ravens was known to have the best defense, the best roster out of everybody, and they held them to 7 points all game. Then they went to the 49ers. Everybody thought that the 49ers was leading the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs somehow found a way to come back and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the best roster doesn't always win. It's I think again, it's a very subjective thing, and. Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. We can talk about it. It's nice, we can debate about it, see what the up and coming teams are. But at the end of the day, you got to get it done on the field. So, that's where the Chiefs have proven that 1, experience matters, 2, coaching matters, obviously. And then 3, just that scar tissue, that, willingness to do whatever it takes to win a game. Everybody wants to win, right? Everybody wants to be great, but are you willing to do what it takes to get that done? That's the difference between being good and being great. So that's basically the key to everything that Andy Reid does in the off season, during the season, and has them prepared. All right, so let's take a look. Who's up on the list here? The Salsa King in there. We need speed of Zoom of TD. Okay, very good. Yeah, we got some speed coming this year there, Vincent. Frank, Canadian, the Great White North. LT is the only question mark in Kansas City. Yep, looks like it's either Wanye or Kingsley Suamataia at that position. Ken, why are the Jets on any list? I think we agree with you there, Ken, but they do have a pretty good roster. And then Paul Chamberlain, this does seem like a new name. We've got a live one here. Paul, are you a fan of the Jack Nicholson Joker? Certainly one of the better movie lines. And then I'm pretty sure Prince used that in on the soundtrack. So that's cool. Paul, come on, bring it. Let us know.
But speaking of having a loud one, but again, looking at these retro helmets, Drake put this in here. I thought it was a cool topic to have on here. Who had the best retro helmet right now? Did Chiefs still have their retro helmet? But the back of the day, who had? If you had to choose, I know you was a Chiefs fan.
The classics are some teams that never change, right? The 4 at the top, really haven't changed at all. The Rams, they threw in they threw in gold. I want to say like in the mid to late 70s. Falcons have kind of flip-flopped between the black and the red. I mean, I like the red. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Eagles, again, some slight changes there went to the green helmet. So I like the old Redskins ones. I thought that's pretty cool. But if I had to pick one, I would say the Patriots with with the guy snapping the ball. That I think that was probably the coolest one that they should have kept.
Yeah. If I had to choose one, looking at one, I had to come back. I had to choose. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. But if you're looking at the retro, I would like the Falcons one. And also the Rams old helmet back in the day was pretty cool to me.
With the white, yeah, instead of yellow.
Instead of yellow, yeah, the blue and white with their gold and blue uniforms. The Raiders haven't changed at all. But if you look at the Browns need to just add something on side of it.
No, they've never. Again, there's certain teams. I mean, the Chiefs being one of them. You mentioned the Raiders never changed. The Dolphins changed theirs slightly. The Colts always the horseshoe. The Steelers, that'll never change. They do wear some of those weird throwbacks, but typically the helmet stays the same. I mean, obviously the Oilers, that's not even part of the equation anymore. But hey, you got the big. I don't know what that thing is called. Oil rig, whatever. But yeah, you just got some of the classics that never change, no throwbacks, and basically it's the Chiefs that never change anything. And really anymore, they might be one of the only ones, because even the Colts have done some blackouts in the uniform. They used to be one that never did it. But yeah, they just Chiefs stay clean. This is our look. Occasionally they'll wear the red and the red, the all whites, but there's no fooling around with the helmet.
So I would, if I had to choose one, like I said, I had to choose the Rams, but I would like to see
Tommy Patriot there. Look at that. That's classic. the Minuteman snapping the ball. Come on.
I would like to see the Chiefs do something with their uniforms, at least something. Change a little bit, add a little black, or I know the classic look, but we got Patrick Mahomes. We can win multiple Super Bowls now. We got to give at least a new jersey or something. Because all the other teams.
I think there's some value in just stick into what it's at. There you go, a Derek. Good call, Kareem. It is an oiled Derek. Scott 80 Allen. We are due for a change. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I mean, you'd think they would have done it by now. I remember one game. I think it was during the Haley era, and Matt Castle was the quarterback, and they wore the old Dallas Texans uniforms. I can't remember who they played against, but it was the red helmets, red shirts. The emblem was like the state of Texas with the star or something near Dallas.
I think they was playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, and the Cowboys wore their throwbacks with the white helmets and the blue shirts and so forth. But that's the only one that I can remember that they did anything really significant, and that was a one-time deal. So I think as long as the Hunt family owns the team, that's the uniform. that's what they're going to do. No changes, no differences. You know what? I wanted to throw something out there to the crew, because this can have significant implications. I don't know how much it will to the Chiefs or even the NFL, but there was a significant ruling that came down last night, early this morning. The NCAA has settled a lawsuit basically ending amateurism. They're putting up like $2.8 billion in back pay to college athletes going back to 2016, where now the actual institutions are going to be able to pay the athletes directly. This doesn't have anything to do with NIL money, doesn't have anything to do with collectives or anything like that. This is just based on the revenue that the schools generate. And now the people responsible for it are actually going to get some of that money. So I know this is going to be triggering for some people, the people that say, then why are we paying college athletes, everything else? But I just wanted to kind of put it out there to the group. If you've seen it, haven't seen it, what you think. I just think that this is good. They didn't answer. This probably raises a lot more questions than it answers, because what's going to happen with NIL? This is only the Power 4 conferences at this point, but I would imagine, does it preclude any more class action lawsuits that come from other players, maybe from before 2016? So a lot of changes going on, with college athletics, and yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. And also, speaking of changes, as we speak on uniforms, the Giants had changed their uniform.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So what do you think about? What do you think about that? What do you think about the Giants?
I think it was it Malik Neighbors was like, it's going to be hard to kind of swag that up. I believe was his direct quote. I don't know. I mean, you've got that sort of almost like Michigan or Delaware Blue Hens helmet, except with the different colors. Now, I'm assuming they wore these at some point, century red. So this was whatever, 100 years ago. Interesting choice, I guess, but 100 years ago, maybe all they had was tan pants. I don't know. It certainly takes some getting used to.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, that's why I said I would hope that the Chiefs, at least while I'm living, while we all still here, at least give us a chance to have a different uniform, a different jersey to buy, like a black.
So like we're like wearing costumes now. What's going on here?
So what do you say? What do you say? He said they are amazing, but dang, time to end that. What? I can't read what he said on there because I can't hardly see the whole.
Yeah, I think Kareem's talking about the change with the NCAA and almost banning not banning, but ending their existence. Because it does have to, I'm not a lawyer, but it has to do with antitrust laws. And I know the NFL has some antitrust exemptions that somehow they skirt around. So that'll be for another day. Maybe Nick will bring in a lawyer for us as a sponsor, and then we'll bring him on. But Kareem says it looks like an Arena League or CFL uniform. I concur there, Kareem. they are different. But again, you have to think 100 years ago, these might have been the coolest uniforms in the league.
Mm-hmm. But I can see somebody rocking a jersey with some nice. I think they like. I like that how they got the numbers wrapped around. The stitching and wrapping around the numbers, and the numbers are right in the middle.
A lot going on.
I like how that is. Yeah. It's a lot going, but I don't like the helmet. If they kept,
I guess that too. Yeah, it's little. Like I said, I get a little too much Michigan.
Yeah.
I guess if you talk to Veach, he and Nagy went. I think they both went to Delaware. Mm-hmm. The Blue Hens, they have that same helmet. It's the yellow, but with a different color blue than Michigan. But I have no idea what the hell that design is or what it signifies, because one team's Wolverines, one is Blue Hens, and these guys are Giants. So none of that kind of intersects. So I'm not sure what the hell's happening.
If you had to make a Chiefs uniform, what colors you would choose?
I've never been a big fan of the yellow. The yellow stripe, they added that. I think, I'm not sure when they added that. It might I'm trying to think back to when they were at Memorial Stadium, if they had the yellow then, or they just added that when they moved into Arrowhead the next year. Mm-hmm. So again, not a big fan of that. So I don't know. I would say maybe like a black helmet. If I were to make any change, that, or maybe See, I guess it's just too easy for black, and then it's too close to the Raiders, and I don't want to give them any
Or
satisfaction at all, right?
you're right, close to the Falcons or something like that. A lot
Yeah.
of
So then what do you do with the pants? You can't. If you're not going to wear black pants, it's either red or white. No, I'm not really going to change anything, Hence. I like the classic look. I'm good with it. I've come to terms with the yellow part of the uniforms over the years. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is.
Okay. So
Call me an old guy.
hold on, what do you say here? I'll put it on the screen for you. I can't hardly see it because
So our man Mango, if I had it my way, I'd eliminate the red pants with the white jersey. All white combo is the way. That may be my least favorite look, the all white. I love the white jerseys with the red pants, Mango. So again, that may be a generational thing. Not a big fan of the all whites.
Yeah, if I had to go, I would go with like a red, the red helmet. Then I go more of a keep the red helmet, but I have the Chiefs logo looking totally different. More of a futuristic logo. And I go with us like some some black pants, red jersey, with the black.
You know what it
black
sounds like? You graphics nerds, you and Mango have your work cut out for you. Why don't you come up with an alternate design?
Yeah, that's what we should do, man. We're gonna
let's see it, because there's some of them out there. You can buy them like at Fanatics or whatever. They made like the yellow jersey with red numbers, or black jersey with all these different looks that the team's never going to wear. But you can buy them as a fan. But yeah, Kareem likes the red on red. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the all red either. My favorites are the white jersey, red pants. That's just me.
Right. But I like the all white look too. I like the red on red also, but I would like to see like them added a little black into it. Give Nike a spin. Maybe we should come up with something like that, Mango.
Yeah,
if we come up,
put it out there. You've got these. I think there's like websites that generate all these like alternative ones, and of course, they're basically trying to get you to click and say, well, which one do you like? This? Do you not like this? But there's always coming up with different ones, especially the teams that never change. They always have like alternate ideas. So I think you guys should come up with one. That would be pretty cool. Come up with a few of them, and we'll get people to vote.
And speaking of Memorial Day weekend, what you doing for Memorial Weekend, and what Memorial Day weekend mean to you?
Well, we don't have any military in my family. I shouldn't say that. Very few members have a military background. My ancestors come from Italy. My parents came from there. So there are some that were in the military. I think my dad actually, and it was like mandatory over there at, I don't know if it was like 18 or 19, you did like a year or two in the military. Now, he never saw any action, but bottom line is we don't have a ton of that. But in terms of Memorial Day, it's kind of morphed into, people that have passed away and so forth. So we have several of those within the family that we'll be thinking about. I do respect the military, so I'll put flags up in front of the house. Picnic on Sunday, Monday, a couple different places. But I just try to reflect on those who came before us and what they were able to do to give us opportunities, and just kind of think about them and thank them.
Yeah, that's the same thing I think about. Think about the people that passed, also the ones that we lost along the way of this journey of life. Also, give thanks to the ones that fight for this country. That's one
Absolutely.
that's keeping us protected here in this country. Also, give out a salute to all the active military members also that's out there, because I have a friend that's he's in the Air Force, and I have one friend that's in the National Guard, and I have a friend that's in the Navy. So
Yeah.
I salute all three of those guys. Thank you guys for serving. Also, shout out Kilo. That's who in the Air Force. Thank you for serving. And
Haven't seen him in the comments, Hense. So you got to get on these guys.
You get them in here. But again, Memorial Day is all about spending with family, man. Spending with family. Going to go, if you should, go visit the grave sites regularly. But some people use it to go visit the grave sites. But go visit your loved ones, hug on your ones that's here, and also celebrate with everybody that you love and put out that positive energy. So, hold on, what he said right here in the chat. Chiefs Blitz. I'll put it up there for you. What do you say?
All right. Is the Norma Hunt patch going to remain on the jerseys this season? I remember them initially saying it was just for last year, but could see them keeping it. Interesting question there, Mango. I guess that would be for the team. If anybody from the Chiefs or somebody out there that knows the answer to that one, please send that along. We'd appreciate it. Tough one because the AFC patch has been on there, seems like permanently for a long time. And that, I guess, more so, commemorates not just the beginnings and the roots of the Chiefs, but also Lamar Hunt. So Norma Hunt, obviously, is just as important to this franchise as Lamar was. So perhaps it does stay. I wouldn't see a problem with it. Again, all these things have to be approved way in advance with the league. I mean, they do police some really strange things in terms of how these guys dress and what's on the uniform. So good question. We'll take a look. Keep an eye on that.
We got to get the uniforms changed, and we got to put a poll up. see who likes it.
Give them a choice. We got to give the people a choice. So guys, come up with some ideas, and we'll share them and see what our crew thinks and what they like. What do they want to do?
Okay, guys, and I'm gonna put a poll out there. I don't know what. Lou said illustrated Hense for photos. Some people said Hollywood.
Hense illustrated, yes.
Hense illustrated. Some people said Hollywood bow tie. Some people said TMZ. I do like the TMZ. I do like that one when Lou gave me the TMZ Todd.
TMZ Todd, yeah.
Yeah. Who did I catch on the camera?
Well, since you're taking photos, they might have a word with you, but no, it's your segment. You can name it what you want. I just thought Hense illustrated was pretty classy.
Yeah, I would do. I'll put that one in there also. But that will be coming soon, guys. That was coming soon. We're gonna work on that.
And those will be pictorial essays from our friend Hense here. He is a professional photographer. He's at all the different sporting events for the Chiefs. And hell, they don't have to be from sporting events. If you took a photo that you really like, or there was a story behind it, certainly share that and then give us the background on it.
Okay, I sure will. And also, we're gonna have what do you say? We're gonna have something with Coach Ray. We're gonna try to have some. We already got Chiefs Who the hottest game that's in on YouTube right now. People are winning. You are winning actual prizes. People are actually winning prizes. So
every Wednesday, tell your friends.
Tell your friends if you want a nice, and it's a nice project. These projects are very expensive. They're not cheap. Also, we're gonna have that for next Wednesday. Then Monday, we got we're gonna have what's happening, recap what's happened over the weekend and what's going on with the Chiefs, and hopefully it be a peaceful weekend. A peaceful weekend. Nothing happened with the boys. Everybody stay inside. Just stay inside. Get your cab dryer. Everybody just stay in one house, and that's Andy Reid house. Okay, everybody just go over there. They stay at Andy Reid house for the weekend and chill. Hold on, he said, I think Hense
should get their own spinoff show on the channel. Well, Mango, we're still growing this thing, right? And then we'll start to expand into other projects. But for now, we're gonna stick with the product and hope like hell that it grows.
They said
even
less
faster.
Drama.
Less drama. We want more drama. We want more drama.
Hey, I know y'all like to see me and Lou. Hey, I'm not putting nobody in jail. Nobody going to jail today. But he will be coming back. But it was a nice show today, hanging out with Lou, picking his brain on some of these things. But hey, the Chiefs who thing is brilliant. I think that you should get that. I think you, sir, personally should get that copyrighted, or for nobody to be trying to take it for yourself. You know what I mean? But again,
well, if anybody can replace my brain and just the wackiness of the clues, then got more power to them.
I mean, from the Chiefs. Oh yeah, these I mean for the Chiefs. Less drama. Hold on. What do you say? What do they say there? Go ahead and read that one for me.
Andre is sucker of the week by default.
Yes, we did. We didn't forget that. We're gonna honor that today. We're gonna put Andre up here for sucker of the week. Now, Lou, go ahead and get some of the comments while I get this done.
All right. Okay, sucker of the week. Ruben DeCruz. We have just hearing now from Ruben. Okay. Sorry I'm late. Thank you, military, for your service. Much love. God bless. Chiefs for life. And again, Andre, of course, sucker of the week by default. From the Chiefs. Okay, gotcha there. And then Kareem, nobody can replace Lou. Wow, Kareem coming in hot. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. You never know. Great. Repeated before the Chiefs. I think Kareem is building a case for himself to replace Lou. So that was kind of a low key shot across the bow from Kareem.
I'm gonna bring him in a minute. Dre is not on here, so I was trying to save it for when he came back. But again, the people want you got to get the people what they want. So
That's
give
right.
a bring it in, Dre, for sucker of the week.
You suck.
There you go.
Loser. You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be.
He's not even here to defend himself. Come on, Hense.
We're not.
Wow.
Everybody know why Dre said that break. Dre, you don't come on the show talk about Joe Burrow, that, and then put all the nonsense about these Bengals and saying this nonsense thing. Freeway understand what I'm saying. Everybody understand what I'm saying about Dre. Dre be saying the nonsense about the Chiefs. Then one day he said he's repping the Chiefs. Then the other day he said he's not. Now he's saying Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. For that statement alone, Dre,
You suck. Loser. You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be.
Is that one of his glamour shots, or is that his Tinder? Is that his Tinder profile?
That's his Tinder profile. But again,
look at that smile. It's kind of like, hey.
Hey! I love everybody, man. Hey, thank you guys for joining in with us. Thank you guys for sticking around with me and Lou today. Even though the other two guys are not on here, they will be back Monday. But with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the sponsor one more time before we close out. And that sponsor is Eric Haynes. Again, like I said, if you need a house, if you saved up your money, or you looking to get an Airbnb, or you looking to purchase some land to build you a nice house on, or looking for a condo. Some people want a house. They want a condo. They want a nice condo down. They a single man. They want that condo with all the ladies around. Or, if you're looking something outside of Kansas City, you probably want to stay on the beachfront or something like that. Give Eric Haynes a call with your real estate advisor, Eric Haynes at SunWest at 816-729-3785. The number again is 816-729-3785. He is that proud sponsor of Lou.
Chief who?
The greatest show on the YouTube right now.
That's
and
right.
Hey, like I said, guys, you are winning actual prizes. So, guys, go ahead and give a shout out to everybody. I'll give a shout out to everybody since they are not on here.
Yeah, Ruben, Kareem, Freeway, Ken St. Clair, Frank was in earlier. Some of the newbies. I can't scroll up. Can you scroll up? Get some of the earlier comments.
I got Kareem, Chiefs Blitz,
We're shouting ourselves out.
Hey,
Hey, Mango, how you doing, man?
We got Paul, newcomer Paul.
Yes,
got Paul.
sir. Thank you, sir.
We got Pam. We got Frank. We got the Salsa King himself.
King.
Now, Salsa King, if you're still on here, we need that mango loose spicy sauce, Chiefs Blitz sauce. Also, we have Paul here. We have Scott.
Paul never told us if it was a Batman reference. Scott 80 Allen. Sure. Yeah. Come on, guys. I hope you're subscribing. We're trying to grow this thing, obviously. I mean, we're not here begging for you to subscribe, but if you really like the show and you're tuning in on a regular basis, it would really help us out a lot by doing that. And you won't miss any updates or any of the shorts that we do. So, yeah, do us a solid and we'll keep bringing you the show.
Bird Dre on Tanner.
All right, man, let's get out of here.
So with that said, guys, we will be out of here. Have a nice Memorial Day weekend. Love on your loved ones. Go see the ones that passed. Salute all military people that's out there. With that said, guys, we'll be back Monday at noon.
We're working the holiday. Thank you for your service. Yep.